talk about baby-led weaning. Rodas here with Mom Grace and Growth. I just wanted to hop on here and talk to you about baby-led weaning. You might ask, what does that even mean? It is essentially when you let your kid take the lead in how they would like to consume solids. And I know it sounds very scary because I know it did for me as well when I first started. So I just wanted to create this video in case you're thinking about starting solids and give you like my personal pros and cons of baby-led weaning. You can decide to go either way. I still chose baby-led weaning for my second born as well. And here are the pros and cons. So with my first child, I think my first fear or worry was that, big chunk of food, small child, choking hazard. That's actually not the case. So when they're very, very young, or like when they start solids, their airways are actually super narrow. So it's not big food that's scary, it's actually small food that's scary. So a lot of people automatically assume that if they chop something fine, or if it's like in small chunks, it's better. That actually gets better as they grow up because their airways start expanding. Mind you, I'm not a doctor. I'm not like trained in this area, but I did my fair bit of research when I was going through starting solids with my firstborn. Second con I found is I was never fully sure, fully satisfied as a mom that my child has consumed enough. But let's back it up. In reality, children up to a year, they don't actually get majority of their nutrition from the solids they're eating. Their nutrition is actually supposed to be from the milk they're drinking. So this up to a year is them like getting used to like actual food to supplement. And that's why if you see in some apps that they actually call it supplements and not like food, because it's an add-on to the amount of milk they consume. The third con that's not fully a con is the fact that I'm deciding baby-led weaning, meaning most meals are similar to what we're consuming. However, if, for example, we make steak for dinner, it would look like the steak for the baby would not have steak seasoning. It could have garlic, it could have rosemary or thyme. So natural herbs are okay, but no seasoning. So that would mean you have to pre-plan and separately make that same dish for the little person. So there's a little bit more work, but not really. I mean, you have to do more work if you're doing puree as well. The fourth one is the constant needing to be constantly watching. Although choking is not the same as gagging, and gag reflex could sometimes look like they're choking, but kind of restraining yourself and not reacting to every single one, but being very, very attentive. So with baby-led weaning, you're kind of like glued next to them. You're not gonna like feed. They're done, wash them off, they're ready to go. This could take longer, which kind of goes into like the fifth con maybe, where it's like it might be a little more time at the table. But here we go, my pros. First things first, you honestly end up having children that are not as picky. I wouldn't say not picky. Like my daughter right now, she's at a toddler age, and she, I think, has tried more dishes than my husband and I combined. So I think I attribute that to baby-led weaning because she's open to trying new foods. And she, with baby-led weaning, we also did like introducing like greens at the beginning so that she got used to the color, and that's some of the stuff that they do teach. Essentially, she was never a kid that was like, I don't want veggies. No, that's not her. Now she is learning from other kids and now says, I don't like veggies, but I'm like, since when? You love broccoli, like you love spinach. Since when, child? So there's slightly better chances of a less picky eater this way. So that's my favorite first one for sure. Another pro is less sensitivity to different textures and more development in motor and sensory skills. I found my daughter could pick like even the tiniest things like sooner than I've seen other kids do it, just because I felt like she had the exposure of using her hands a lot. Another pro is, in addition to, sensory, less speakiness and all of that, baby-led weaning is actually going to help kids as they're adults with their relationship with food, because they're going to learn slowly and gradually when they're full and they're done. That versus when you're feeding your child, like spoon feeding your child, you're going based off of what you think the child needs, and not based off of what the child's actual capacity is. And lastly, after that, year mark or 12 months mark, it was significantly easier. Yes, baby, significantly easier to prepare meals, because we essentially were very mindful of not making it extremely spicy or chili, but ended up making the same meals for the kids as well, which helped with them whenever we went anywhere. They were actually able to eat and enjoy more dishes than most kids their age. But at the end of the day, Mom, I encourage you to do your research for sure and check your comfort level. You want to make sure that you're okay with you and your partner or your spouse are okay with the method that you're picking for your children, and you both have to be on the same page. And so I hope this helps you a little bit, and if you like this content, please go ahead, like, save, share the video, and subscribe to my channel as well. God bless.